Today I want to talk a little bit about myself, just a little bit. I don't want to bore you. And then I want to talk about the opportunity that we have today, all of us, right here. Because all of us are social media users, I bet. So no further ado, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Alex Grieco. I'm 24 years old. I was born in Italy, and I moved here when I was 17. I'm a salesman, and I'm an entrepreneur. So, quick story about myself. I started selling since I can remember. I started selling when I was 7 years old, probably selling even before that, I just can't remember. I was selling comics. My uncle had a stack of comics, he was gonna throw them away. I went in, I said, no, let me see this, I'm gonna sell this. So, what I did is there was a road in our town that was very trafficated. And then eventually the town made the road not a through road. So most people that thought that the road still was going through would go through it, and then they would have to pull back. So what I did is that I put a stand at the end of that road. So all the people that would come all the way down the road, they would get to the end of the road, and I was there. They get to the end, I'm at the window, I'm knocking, lower the window. You're not getting back on the road without buying my comic first. So that was my mentality. I was a little aggressive back then. I slowed down a little bit, but it's what I do. So today I want to talk about social media and how masses communicate, because the way masses communicate has changed drastically over time. So smoke signal, probably not the most efficient way to communicate. And then we moved to newspaper, radio, TV, and then we're here. Mobile. If you're not mobile, in my opinion, you don't exist. If your company doesn't have a mobile presence, you're not around. You're not, that's where the attention is. And I don't want to focus on the medium only. What I want to focus is on the transition. Because when there is the transition, the opportunity exists. So the people that realize when the TV came out that the TV was gonna make the radio obsolete, those people positioned their brand right and made a killing because they saw the future. And today, this is happening again. The television, it's old. That's not how we consume information anymore. The mobile, that's the new way to consume information. And guess who knows how to use social media and mobile? That's right, we do. We have control. So the old business owners, they're scared. They don't know how to use social media, but they see the value. Maybe they didn't see the value back a couple of years ago, but today they see the value. So today I want to talk to you about the opportunity right here. Meet Joe. Joe is a business owner. Joe is checking out his Facebook page. Joe's just had 12 views last month on his Facebook page. Joe is not happy. And you know how many Joes are out there? A lot. They need our help. And we all of us know a way to help them out. Have you seen the Facebook account of these businesses? The Instagram account of these businesses? It's ridiculous, man. Like, they don't know the language of the platform. They don't know how many times you should post, what type of quality your aesthetics should have, what is your message, the hashtag. They don't know any of this stuff. We do. So this is the opportunity. But why am I telling you all this? Why am I telling you to go out there and compete with me, right? Because this is what I do. I manage Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Twitter, whatever you got, for clients. Not Twitter, because Twitter is dying. But I want to say, want to give you a little bit of the secret sauce, because Jenny, right here, she made a good point, and she said that the secret sauce is about hustling, the hustle, and the heart. And I don't believe there is a hack to success. I don't believe there is a get-rich-quick type of scheme. This just doesn't exist in my world. What it exists, to reword what she said, is hard work and care. And those are the way to make your business grow. If you work hard, which means stop Netflix, right? You know how many hours you're spending on Netflix? Too many. We only need 6 hours of sleep every single day. If you sleep 2 extra hours, if you say, I need 8 hours, you know how much time you're burning in 1 month? I know how much time you're burning. I know how much time you're burning in 1 year. In 1 year, you're burning 1 month. 1 month of like not sleeping. 1 month that you could have worked in whatever you loved. In 60 years, if you sleep 8 hours other than 6, you're throwing away 5 years of your life. No. Listen to this. If you sleep 2 hours over 60 years, you're throwing away 5 years. Facebook was Facebook in 5 years. So just don't sleep. And the second point is care. You gotta care, because if you don't care, you're not gonna be able to grind. You're not gonna be able to put in the hours, because the work is gonna destroy you. It's gonna destroy you physically, it's gonna destroy you emotionally, and there's no way that you can come back from the hard work. So if you care, your care are your iron lungs. It's the way to transform the hard work into something sustainable, because not anybody can work 16, 18 hours a day. But if you want to build something great, that's what you got to do. So what are you going to do? Are you going to stand on the edge, or are you going to jump? Right? If you're asking yourself, am I ready? You're not ready. Because people that are ready, they're already doing it. So I'm going to tell you why I jump. Because I enjoy the jumping part a lot better. What drives me is fear. I'm driven by the fear of regret. I'm driven by the fear that when I'm 80 years old in my deathbed, I'm going to wonder, what if? What if I started an investment company? What if I sold comics? What if I would have done a social media agency? That would have been pretty cool. Well, I would have never known, right? If I didn't jump. So please jump and do what you love. All right. For the last point, it goes back to do what you love. Don't do what your mom loves. Don't do what your dad loves. Don't do what your friend loves. Do what you love. Because who's walking in your shoes? You are. So find what you love, find yourself, and go 100% committed. Because the risk tolerance, the pain tolerance that we have now, we might not have again. These next 3 to 5 years that we gonna graduate from college and do our thing, we have so much pain tolerance. We can do whatever we want. So follow your dreams, go in 100%, and you'll be happy. And so if you want to reach out to me, I'm always looking for salespeople, right? I love salespeople. So you can hit me up on Snap. This is my Snap. And that's the only way, yeah? You're going to reach out to me. So I'm done.